So the last class yesterday, we are interacting with the database. Anyway, I updated the notes by night 8:39, I think. So this diagram I attached to you already, the layout and program. Anybody typed in the morning? Anybody? Yes. How many of you typed? Raise your hands. Right. So make that program to run. I'll repeat it. What has been happened? Here one array list component is there. Let me speak on that and a few things like this. Right. See there yesterday's program from welcome file list. The control will go to web.xml automatically. Through web.xml identifies welcome file list. In welcome file list, you can find choice.html. Through that choice.html, we had two hyperlinks, nothing but two anchor tags. One is add product, one is view products. I clicked on add product. Then the control will go to product.html. The control will go to product.html. The control will go to product.html. So through product.html, I am submitting the data like product code, product name, product price, product quantity. I am submitting the data. Whenever I submitted the data through form tag, the HTML form, product.html form, submitting the data to one servlet program running on URL pattern add. Running on URL pattern add. So running on URL pattern add. Whatever the data submitted from product.html, the data will be available in the request object. That's the imagination we had. Okay, right. What this once the data is available in the request object, what this add product servlet is doing now, the add product servlet is creating the bean object. Creating the bean object. After creating the bean object, whatever the data available in the request, it is going to load into the bean. So it is keeping in the bean. It takes the data from the request object and loading into bean object. After loading into bean object now, the servlet program is communicating with insert DAO. one separate program. We call it as insert DAO. So insert DAO, one class this is. Anyway, you take insert DAO. Through insert DAO, we are running one method known as insert. This method is passed with product bean as a parameter. So if I pass product bean as parameter, whatever the data available in the product bean, they are available to insert method. Now this insert method will establish connection to database through DB connection. What is the advantage of taking the connection in this format? The advantage is nothing but total web application will have one single connection. The connection will be reused. So every time we reuse it. How we are reusing now? DB connection dot get con means we are accessing the address location of a connection object. So we are not establishing the connection, we are reusing the connection. That is the advantage now. Now that the insert of product bean passed with parameter, this will perform insert operation. JDBC logic is available here. Okay, right. After insert operation performance has been completed, now insert method will return one int value. Int value means if it is successful, return 1, if not 0. So I took one k variable here, and here I return k is equal to execute update. So once the insert is successful, k value will become 1 now. The 1 will be returned to your servlet, add product servlet. So what this add product servlet will do now? Will respond. Will give one response now. The response is product added. This is added and product added successfully. After this message came, the message is included with choice.html again. So once the choice.html has been included, the user has one more choice, that is nothing but view products. So we are starting with the view product. It's a concept. So whenever you say view product here, this is, suppose imagine it, we are selecting view products. Now in the view products here, href is equal to view. Generally in your HTML classes, href is used to link other HTML files. Your trainer will say, I think. So here you can link to one servlet program by using one URL pattern. href is equal to view, one URL pattern. Whenever I click on view products now, using that view, control will come to this servlet program. The servlet program is view products servlet. View products servlet. The control will come now. Sir, your request object is empty. Sir, why it is empty? From that hyperlink, no data is submitted. No data came here. So it is empty. Okay, right. Now view product servlet, what it is doing now? The duty of view product servlet is to show the products. Whenever it want to show the products, it has to run the query. The query is select star from products 45 or product 45. Whenever it want to run the query, it is not running the database logic send. We never write database logic in servlet program. We must not write. According to MVCs in the real-time market, we must write them separately. So because we are taking one more class known as, what is this? Right. We are one more class known as retrieve DAO. So we are constructing one more subclass known as retrieve DAO. So this retrieve DAO class, what this is doing now? This retrieve DAO will run one query. The query is nothing but select star from product. Select star from product 45. Now the data will be available in the result set object. So your imaginations only will play a role. Sir, I cannot imagine it means put on a paper, diagrammatical form, and control your imagination. Code writers has to control their imaginations. It's very important. So here the data is available in the result set object, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and so on. Now whatever the data available here, the data should come to the bean objects according to real time, the bean objects. So how many records are available, that many bean objects are created here. So each record is coordinated to one bean object. Like this, here 2 records are there, 2 beans are there. Here 4 records are available, means 4 beans will come. But somebody has to hold these multiple objects. No, whenever you want to hold that multiple objects, then we look for collection framework. Collection framework means maybe array, maybe collection, maybe map, maybe enum. So this 4 comes under collection only. So enum we never use it, array we never use it, because array we never use it in the market. Array is only 1%. We never use it. Why array is not used means we don't know how many records will come. We don't know how many objects will come. How can you take array generally? So arrays also less used by the Java developer. He concentrate on collection and map. Generally, I took collection. So among collection, 3 flavors are there. So easiest way of taking is nothing but array list. So I took array list. So using this array list, I am binding these objects, nothing but I am collecting objects onto one array list. That only concept. I am collecting all the objects onto array list. So what is the background process happened here now? From today, wherever view products, view books, view trains, view theaters, view movies, view shows, view bus timings, all are same concept. Wherever the view is there, same concept. The data will come out of your database product and they are available in one result set object. From there, they will come on to beans. Here one doubt will come. Sir, why should they come on to the beans? You can keep here only, no. If you keep here, answer will come. In your lab process, in your lab, you go and access this result set directly into Servlet program, answer will come, but not preferable. The reason, we book a train by standing in Amirpet. The server is available in the world somewhere, www.irctc.co.in. The object should travel, no? Already you know. This JDBC objects are non-serializable objects. They will not travel. Understand? Because of this reason, we must train and we must practice ourselves to keep here. Already you know the theory. These 2 are serializable objects. Bean objects means serializable or non-serializable? Serializable. Array list is serializable or non-serializable? Serializable. I written a statement in your book already. Collection objects are serializable. Map objects are serializable. Enum objects are serializable. The statement because of that only. Because the data came onto objects. Objects came onto array list. These are all serializable. They will travel on the networks on demand. Now, this array list information is available with retrieve DAO and returns. The retrieve method will return that array list. The returned value will come back. The returned value will come back to the view products servlet. The control will come to the view products servlet. Now, retrieve method returns array list object that will come to AL. Now this view product servlet will display it. View product servlet will display. Sitting and listening only, Java will not come. Sleeping and listening it never comes, I think, right? Right, okay. Right. Look here, now. Now this array list is available here now. View product servlet has to display it. Okay, right. Sir, daily I am going to lab only, not understanding, sir. Now, to display this array list now, we had one iterator, right? I written one iterator. Let me give one small notes on iterator for interview purpose. Your core Java trainer will give iterator, list iterator, enumeration, special iterator for each. These are the components available from core. So I took one iterator part of my advanced Java. Now let me write the notes on iterator. Okay, right. Make it define iterator. Define iterator. Define iterator. Right. Look here. So let me open that iterator first. Iterator is one interface. See there, iterator is one interface. Actually, iterator one interface. This iterator interface has some methods as next, next, and so on. Make a notes. Iterator is an interface from java.util package and which is used to retrieve retrieve elements from collection objects in forward direction. Iterator is an interface from java.util package and which is used to retrieve elements from collection objects in forward direction. That supports to retrieve elements from collection. Collection objects means all. Set objects, list objects, queue objects, everything comes under collection. The following are some important methods from iterator. The following are some important methods from iterator. So generally 4 methods only will be there. Right, like this. One method is you write as next. One method is as next. One method is next. One method is remove. One method is for each remaining. For each remaining. As next, next, remove, and for each remaining. Right. Now, one line under each. As next method will check the element is available or not. As next method will check the element is available or not and generate Boolean result. So what is the meaning of Boolean result? If element is available, true. If element not available, false. So in all the projects you can see iterator because I'm giving a notes. In all maximum 80% of projects you can see iterator. Old one, but newly updated you can see 80% of real-time projects you can see iterator. So you must have iterator information at least. Remaining all informations through core Java you will get it collections. So I touched iterator. I'm going to use iterator in many locations in the coming projects. I'm going to use it. So iterator I'm writing a notes. One component I'm writing. Method signature. Method signature means how it is available from library. This is method signature. So public boolean, abstract boolean. Why abstract means from interface? No, it is abstract boolean as next. Now next method. Don't be confused. In your result set also next method is there. Yes or no? Na? That next method different. This next method different. Their result set next method will move the cursor. This next method will take the data. So this next method will retrieve the data, means take the data. It takes the data for the display. Make it this next method is used to take the data from collection object. Nothing but element. Take the element from collection object. So method signature. Right. This is method signature. The next method return type is element E. E means generic format, any type of data. Generic format, return type is element. Now remove. This method is used to remove the element from collection object. Remove the element from collection object. Method signature. For each remaining, actually. Right. Now this for each remaining method introduced by Java 8 version and which is added to iterator. Means from Java 8 version onwards, the method is added to iterator. Up to Java 7, iterator will not have for each remaining. For each remaining is a new method added to iterator from Java 8, and which will be working on lambda expression. You collect the code from your core Java trainers, how to work with for each remaining. Generally, for each remaining will be working on lambda. Make it for each remaining. For each remaining method, introduced for each remaining method added to iterator from Java 8 version onwards, and which uses LAMBDA lambda expression which uses lambda expression to retrieve the elements. For each remaining method added to iterator from Java 8 version onwards and uses lambda expression to retrieve the elements. Method signature this is see there, this is abstract method or default method. Default methods newly came into interfaces, yes or no? Now, so by Java 8 version, interface can be added with default concrete method, static concrete method. From Java 9 version, private concrete methods came. So here default concrete method for each remaining introduced by Java 8 into iterator. That's one concrete method actually. So this is the information about iterator. Now how to create object now? Sir, iterator is there now. How we are creating object now? See, in our program here, view products servlet. In this view products servlet, we are creating one object. Iterator product bean al dot iterator. This is syntax. This is object creation syntax actually. So that iterator is interface actually. Iterator is interface. Iterator product bean it is equal to al dot iterator. Now this is one method. This is one interface. Interface is on LHS. Interface. Now the interface objects not available, you know already. Interface cannot have its object directly. So interface will have its own implementation class. So iterator also will have one implementation class. Sir, where is that iterator implementation class? This iterator implementation class is available inside this iterator method as a local inner class. That is available inside this method as a local inner class. Now this iterator method will take the support of that local inner class and create object and returns the reference here. That only concept. So make it define iterator method. I used one iterator method. Iterator interface different, iterator method different. ITERATOR iterator method. Iterator method is used to create the implementation object of iterator interface. Iterator method is used to create the implementation object of iterator interface, and the object will hold the reference of collection object. reference of collection object. See there, iterator method is used to create the implementation. Sir, where is the implementation? Means inside this method as a local inner class, because inner class chapter is important. Generally by knowledge it is important. Of course, if you don't learn it also, you can behead them and come. There's nothing there. Many people will do that only. So the here, sir, I want to know what is happening means local inner class is there. So this implementation available here, that's a concept. So this method will create that object, implementation object of iterator. That object will hold the reference of collection object. See, I'm drawing it. Just get the imagination. Look here. So in the above diagram, 2 minutes here. Look there. Now this view products, it is taking the syntax is available there. The syntax. Sir, in this syntax, what happened? I want to know. Right. In this syntax now, one object is created actually. One object is created. Imagine it. That is one object. One object created. This object created for whom now? The object created for implementation class of iterator. The object created for implementation class of iterator. Sir, where is that implementation class? The implementation class is available inside this method as a inner class, that also local inner class. Sir, what is the name of that? What is the name of that class? That class is anonymous. You had anonymous classes concept, no? Yes or no? Right. That is anonymous class. That anonymous class is available here. That is not an anonymous inner class as local inner class. That only concept. Right. Now that implementation will get one object internally. One object will come. So that object is saying that you are running this method on AL. No? Right. You are calling this method from AL. AL dot iterator. So AL means one address location. No, I'll take that AL and I'll bind here. I'll take that AL and bind here. That only concept. I will hold the address from where I am running. What is the AL address? Roughly I written now 0x56. That address is binded. This array list address binded there. So one object holding the address of another object. You know, no references concept from core Java. One object can hold address of another object. One object holding reference of another object. What is the advantage? The members of this object can access the members of that object through the address location. That only concept of core. Interlinking of objects. Core Java is there, no concept is there. So one object can hold address of another object. Suppose this object is holding the address of this object. Now these members means methods. These methods can use the members of that object by using that address location. Here also same. Now this address available there means the members what are available here, they can use this. That only concept. So that is binded. So what are available here now? Sir, this object is created for iterator implementation. No. The object created for iterator implementation, the object created. So iterator implementation means iterator methods will be there. As next method will be there. So next method will be there. And remove method will be there. The methods are available in the object now. So for each remaining method, the methods are available there. Now the methods what are available in this object, the methods can use these members. That only concept. That only concept. I'll have to observe this point now. Now one more point is there now. Who is doing this all work now? The work is done by the iterator. Who written iterator? Sir, I am not writing iterator, sir, because I am a service engineer. I'll use it. I am not a vendor engineer. I am not working in research and development to write this method. So vector. That API based developers will write these methods. When they're writing this method, there are three cases available here. Create implementation of iterator, create implementation object of iterator. First step. Second one, the object should hold the reference of collection. Third one is generate one cursor. Generate one cursor. You got the address location? No. You got the address location. Iterator, you got the address location. So go to that address location, create one cursor. Go to that address location and create one cursor. Create one cursor. It creates one cursor. Because of this reason, iterator other name is cursor statement. What is the other name of iterator? Is cursor statement. It generates one cursor pointing here. That's the third step. So continue the point now. This one. Third step is, see there, iterator method is used to create the implementation object of iterator interface, and the object will hold the reference of collection object, comma, in this process, the iterator method also generate cursor, pointing before the first element, first element of collection object. First element of collection object, pointing before the first element of collection object. One cursor is pointing there. So who done this work now? Again, iterator only done. All of you understood this paragraph? Right. So this is the total behavior of iterator method. Iterator method will create implementation object of iterator, and the object will hold a reference of collection object. In this process, the iterator method also generate cursor pointing before the first element of collection object. So theory. Now, once that cursor generation completed, see what is happening now. Once the cursor completed, now this address, whatever the address available here, of course, the address is available on IT like this. Now completed. That statement is completed. Once the statement is completed, now see in your, now you understood this line, all of you? All of you understood this or not now? But in the core Java, manual coding is there for you. For inner classes chapter will come. In that inner classes, member inner classes, anonymous inner classes, based on the trainer, they'll change the names and come, right? At last, class must hold one class. That is a rule. And one method should hold one class. That is a rule. And the class must be declared without name. So these models you must know. All the design patterns will come from that model only. Hope you understood this. The line looks very simple, but that much of background process available to you. Now, okay, sir, completed. Next what, sir? Now, IT dot as next. I'm running the loop or not now? When I'm typing also, I'm imagining the cursor already. I'm imagining the cursor. IT dot as next. Just now I said to you, as next method return type is what now? Boolean. So I can use in the while loop or not now? So I'm using in the while loop. So what I'm doing now? See there, IT dot as next. I am running this. IT dot as next. IT dot as next. This method. Now what this method will do now? This method as next method will use that address 0x56 and come here. Use that address and control will come here, because the methods will work on these members or not now. There is an interlink between two objects. Object oriented programmer not only creates object, he can interlink the objects. That is a feature of you. Object oriented programmer not only creates object, he can interlink the objects. He can have a control by shifting from one object to another object. He can move. He can object oriented meaning that only, no. Object oriented, all objects are under my control. So I'll sit in this object, I can move to another object by linking that. That only references concept. Object interlinking process. Now whenever I run a method now, As next method, we'll use 0x56. Okay, control will come here and move the cursor. That only concept. As next method will move the cursor. Whenever it move the cursor, it says element is there, no? True. Element not there means false. That only. Now the as next method will move the cursor. Will move the cursor. Because the cursor is pointing before the first element. So it moves the cursor. Whenever it moves the cursor, element is available there, no? Element is available means it says true. It says true or not now. When true is there, it dot next. This next method, what I said now, it takes the element I said or not now. It takes the element. It takes the element. It dot next will take the element. It dot text, this one. It dot next method will take the element. This element will be taken outside. Sir, what is this element now? 0, 2, 3 means addresses. It takes element out. After taking the element out now, here return type is E. Can you see? Why I am writing method signatures? Nobody will ask method signatures. Why means code writer should know the method is return type or non-return type. What kind of return you should know when you're reading a notes, because I am recording method signatures. You should know the return. Even if you know the return type, you will have a command. Developers know, we are all developers means total information must be there with us. Return type is what now? E. But I want product bean, no sir. Why E? E is a generic type. I don't want E, sir. I want product bean. If you want product bean, typecast it. Typecasting is there or not now? Convert from one form to another form. That's all I'm converting. I'm converting or not now? See there. I'm converting into product bean or not now? So this return type is E. I don't want E. I'm converting into product bean. It dot next convert into product bean and load onto PB. All of you got this point, right? Once the PB came, what will do now? Sir, all these methods are available to me. Once the bean comes, all these methods are available to me. I'll display it. Display came or not now? First record display came. So PB is holding 0x023. 023 means this object, no? This object or not now? This object answer will come. Now there is a while loop or not now? You know the theory from your core Java. While loop will check the condition first. If the condition is true, the loop block is since 40 years the definition only. The definition not changed. Right? The definition never changes, Andy. Our children and grandchildren also that only. Condition true means loop block. How many days you loop? By heart that only, that only, no? You must apply it now. You are applying today with methods. That's the concept. So here again loop is repeated now, right? How it is repeated now, sir? It is a loop. It comes out. When it comes out, don't look for I plus plus, I minus minus. That also not available to us. Pre-increment, post-increment, if anyone throw them out, not available. In the real time, they are all not available. Don't ask them. I plus plus, plus plus, I means what, sir? Means I never answer it. If anyone asks, I skip and go. Right? You go to C trainer. Logical programming trainer is a C trainer, no? C trainer pressure not there. No polymorphism, no, what is it? Exception handling, no collection framework. So he has much time or not now? Kishore sir will have much time, no? Right. Kishore sir is a topmost trainer in C language. Right. Okay. So sir will spend more time in logical coding or not now? More logical coding. So they will train you the logical part. Object oriented programmer pressure. I must create objects, I must control object, polymorphism, inheritance, other topics are very high. So we people will concentrate very less on that logical. We concentrate on your object part more. That only difference. Now anyway, it dot as next. Now move the cursor. Move the cursor. Move the cursor forward or not now? So all of you understood now, right? The cursor will be moving wherever the cursor reaches to last. Wherever the cursor reaches to last, the as next method will say false while loop terminated. All of you understood iterator? At least one component from me, that is cursor. Clear about yesterday's? Because I written in my program, I given a clarity. Right? Okay. All of you got it, iterator? Right. So there are some cursor statements available in collection framework. You learn them by interpreting internally. You learn it. Iterator, list iterator, enumeration, very old they are. Newly introduced by Java 8, special iterator, newly introduced, and for each. So these 5 components you learn, so that it will help a lot when in the future. Right. Okay, in my program yesterday I typed this very fastly, no, because I not yet explained this, because today I given a clarity, hope so. See there, yesterday this coding I done very fastly, because I know some people will understand, some people will not understand, because decoding somebody will remember, somebody will not remember, we know that. So I typed yesterday and came forward. See there, array list is coming. Where is that array list? Here. New retrieve DAO dot retrieve array list will come. Array list has one method known as size. Not only array list, all collection framework components will have size method. You can find size. If objects are added, size will be more than 0, means 1 or 2 or 3. If size is equal to 0, means elements not available. So size is equal to 0 or not, I am cross checking. If it is 0, products not available. Yesterday I shown the output also for you, products not available. If it is false, then you are going to iterate it. Iterator recorded in advanced Java, I given a notes to you. Got it right? This diagram I'll paste once again to you, if possible. If you understood, well and good. This is right. In my core Java books, all these diagrams are available. Iterator, list iterator, enumeration, and for each remaining and for each method with lambda expression diagram will be there. I used to link that to object forms and come to the student generally in core. Right. So this is, now take one assignment, and based on that above program execution, who had morning lab, hope you typed. Evening lab is there, you are going to type it. At last, by evening, the program is available to you. Yesterday's program, you had time to analyze, I think, right? Based on that analysis, do one assignment and come. Make it assignment. How many of you typed these 4 programs up to now? Servlet coding. How many of you typed? 4 or 5? Right. 5 programs means 4. Fifth one means yesterday evening one I given. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of you typed 4 applications? Raise your hands. Very good. So by today, complete the 5th application, and 6th one is assignment. You are going to go with assignment. So I am doing with the product. You replace with the book. At present, replace with the bookstore. Same process. Add book, view books. 2 more now. Update book. If not, edit book and delete book. 4 operations. Make it. Assignment. Construct servlet application to perform the following operations related to. Construct servlet application to perform the following operations. Enough. Hope so you can understand. Add book, view books, I think edit and update book. You can edit book details, delete book. So edit book details by book code. You are going to use book code here. Delete book details also, delete book also based on book code. Based on based on book code. Look here, actually very hard will be there. What you have to do means take one paper and first you must draw what you are going to do. So what file you are taking, what data you are giving, where the data is having, from there where you are sending the data, where you are updating, like this slowly construct on a paper first, and you do step by step, and all at a time you don't think it, not possible, error will come, right? Human beings, no, we cannot imagine it all at a time, not possible. So first you take ad book. For ad book, ad product model is there, right? See that model and slowly draw on the paper, and you take the names first. Choice, you take choice only, nothing there. Wherever the similar is there, you take it and draw on a paper, one white paper, you draw it and do that. By seeing above model, you do it. The second one also, draw it and see the above model. For this, support is available to you. For this, support not there. For this, support not there. You have to draw it and you try it out. Whatever the imagination, at last solution will be given by me. Okay, right? Okay. So this is the work based on above. At last, you are interacting with the database. Cross check whether you are correctly interacting with the database or not. You have to cross check it. And tomorrow I'll give one more assignment related to your database interaction. Okay, right? At present, you try this, and above program you must make it to run first. Without error, you must run the above program. Above 5 programs, you must run it. In Servlet, 5 programs, you must make them to run. 6th program is assignment. Construct by your own and make it to run. That is your target. Okay, right? And tomorrow I'll add one more assignment related to database interaction. Right. Meanwhile, I'm entering into next concept now. The next concept is nothing but this above program. Anyway, we are adding one product and viewing the products. 2 operations I done it. Okay, right? Now, one user is there. Users means we people, customers. They want to buy some products. Example, they want to see the product. They want to buy the product. Example. First, let them see the product. Whenever they want to see the product in our websites, they have to register it. They have to log in it. They have to see the products. Now let me construct one application where user can register, user can log in, then he can see the products and log out. So now I'm going to concentrate on user login, user logout. Whenever I want to concentrate on user login and user logout, I must take the support of 2 tracking components. One is cookie, one is session. So I am entering into cookie and session. This one. The information is available here only. Now see there, session tracking objects. I am entering into tracking objects. So in the yesterday's program, I used these 3 components. No, I used or not now? I used these 3 components. Here I used array list. Here I used your, what is that? Insert DAO, and one is retrieve DAO. I used it. I give an assignment as delete DAO and update DAO. I give an assignment to you. Not only assignment. One is delete DAO, one is update DAO. The 2 queries also available in the JDBC for you already. From the JDBC, take the model, construct into your Servlet flower you construct. So these 3 layers are there already in the above program. Speaking about these 3 components, already we are working with request. We are working with print writer. I said config and context I'm going to touch last. I not yet written any notes on context and config. I touch last. Now I am concentrating on above part. There are 2 objects available there now. What are the 2 objects now? One is HTTP session and one is cookie. So session and cookie. Whenever I want to use this tracking components, now we have to take the support of HTTP servlet. Up now you are working on generic servlet, no? Right. Up to now 3 or 5 programs. Up to now 5 programs. We typed extending from generic servlet. Now we are going for HTTP servlet because we want a tracking process. Whenever you want to have a tracking process, we take the support of HTTP session and cookie. Whenever you want to use HTTP session and cookie, we must extend our program with HTTP servlet. Make it. Now define request. Define request. Define request. The query generated from user or client. The query generated from user or client through web browser. The query generated from user or client through web browser is known as request. So this is web browser. User or client. From here, one request is generated. For the server program or servlet program. The query generated from the user or client through web browser, you are calling it as a request. Now request is categorized into two types. One is post request, one is get request. The request can be two types. Daily you're writing now method is equal to post, right? The request can be two types, post or get. Right. Look here. Here I'll paste the diagram that and here types of requests. Requests are categorized into two types. Requests are categorized into two types. One, post request, and one is get request. One is post request and one is get request. Right. Right. Post request means what now? The request which is generated to send the data to server program or server. The request generated, the request generated to send the data to server. The request generated to send the data to server is known as post request. Post request. The request generated to send the data to server is known as post request. When you are sending data to server, that is post request. So post request, one advantage is there. Through post request, we can send any type of data, means audio, video, image, animation, text. Almost all kind of data you can send through post request. Make it. Through post request, we can send all types of data, like text, audio, video, image, and animation. So through post request, we can send all types of data like text data, audio data, video data, image data, animation data. You can send it. Right. Sir, how much data I can send it? Is there any limit? Means post request limit not there. You can send unlimited data. Through post request, we can send unlimited data. Through post request, we can send unlimited data. We can send unlimited data. Through post request, we can send unlimited, limit not there, limited data. Right. The data through post request is secured data. Whatever the data we are sending through post request is secured data because the data is encapsulated, means kept inside, encapsulated into body part. Instead of header part, it keeps inside the body. HTTP header body, header will be there, body will be there. HTTP body, it is going to keep inside and send it. So the data, make a statement. The data which is sent to through, post request is secured. Post request is secured because the data is encapsulated into body of HTTP, encapsulated into body part of HTTP. The protocol will have one body part. In that body part, the data is kept. So it is more secured. Your username, passwords, that only. Enter your username, password means you're putting username, password. No, the username, password kept inside the HTTP body part and send it. It's more secured. The data which is sent through post request is secured because the data is encapsulated into the body part of HTTP. Now, sir, how to generate this post request? Sir, as a code writer, how can you generate post request? Means daily writing no method is equal to post, right? We use the following syntax to generate post request daily writing that form tag anyway, form tag where action is equal to URL, where method is equal to post. Here closed form tag. Daily writing method is equal to post, no, that is post request only. Right. We use do post method. We use do post method from HTTP servlet. We use do post method from HTTP servlet to accept post request. We use do post method from HTTP servlet to accept post request. Whenever you want to accept post request, we use a do post method. Method signature. Protected void do post java x dot servlet dot http servlet request java x dot servlet dot http servlet response throws java x dot servlet exception and java dot io exception. This is the method signature. Right. So opposite to post request, we had a get request. So get request. The request generated to get the data from the server. The request generated to get the data from the server is known as get request. Get request. The request generated to get the data from the server is known as get request. So here in the post request, you are sending any type of data, but in the get request, you can send only text data. Make it through get request. We can send only text data. We can send only text data. Means other binary data you cannot send it. Audio, video, you cannot send it. Through get request, we can send only text data. We can send it. So through get request, we can send only limited data. Unlimited not there. Only limited. Through get request, we can send only limited data, which means up to 4 KB or maximum 8 KB data you can send it. 4 KB or 8 KB data, which means up to 4 KB or 8 KB data you can send it. So only limited data, unlimited not there. Post request means unlimited. And the data which is sent through the post request is not secured, because the data is shown in the address bar directly. It shows in the address bar directly. Now, the data which is sent through get request is not secured, because the data is displayed in address bar directly. It displays in the address bar directly, means added to query string and displays directly. Sir, how to generate this get request? Means 4 ways are there to generate a get request. We use the following 4 ways to generate get request. We use the following 4 ways to generate get request. 4 ways. 1. Using method is equal to get. Using method is equal to get in form tag. In form tag. We write one form tag where action is equal to some URL, method is equal to get. That is one form. Right. Without using method attribute, in form tag. So we are not writing any method attribute in the form tag like this. So if you don't write anything, no information about your request. Suppose if you don't write method is equal to no information about method. I am not writing method attribute here. Observe this. If I don't write method attribute, that is get request only. If I don't write method attribute, that is a get request. If I don't write method attribute, there is a get request. Now, using hyperlink, we are using no href. Today, href is equal to view books. href is equal to view mean request is coming to servlet, no? That is get request only. So using hyperlink, href, anchor tag, nothing but you are using anchor tag. And the fourth way, using servlet URL pattern in address bar. This also I not shown up to now, I'll show somewhere. Using servlet URL pattern in address bar. So we are writing, up to now you are writing URL pattern in action tag, no? If you write one URL pattern in the address bar and if you generate one request, that is known as a get request. Very rare case, but the example is there. I'll show it, that URL pattern in address bar. Right. Last statement. We use do get method from. We use do get method from HTTP servlet to accept get request. To accept get request. So method signature. Instead of do post, we had do get. Using this do post and do get, tomorrow we are doing one application again. So today time is there for you to type above program and come, that should be ended. And tomorrow I'll give one more application development using user registration, user login, then view products. This is the biggest application code again tomorrow. It takes much time. Right. Can we take a break for today? Right. Okay. So assignment is there. One program is with you. Complete that and come. Tomorrow, session tracking process. The notes is session tracking process. Tomorrow, the notes will come on cookie. Using that cookie, the application development will come. Okay, right. So thank you very much for today. Take a break.